So in the realm of cordless tools, what I've really been thinking about today is, should you start on one platform where all your tools are the same color, go with a blue kit or a yellow kit or a red kit, and just have all your tools on the same battery line? That was kind of the mindset I had, and I actually started with a Dewalt kit. It was a big 9-piece kit, and the tools were pretty good for the most part, but there was one in particular that I wanted to have a better version. So the tool that I didn't love so much on my other kit was a 20-volt drill driver, and then I got word of this one. It's the 18-volt system for Bosch. They call it their amp share, and it's a 2 ampere-hour battery that I got with this drill. One unique thing about it is it's a regular drill driver, but it's also a hammer drill, so if you do any drilling into concrete, that can be an advantage. But for me, this is a woodworking tool. I'm going to use it in the drilling mode or the driving mode with the clutch. It does have a quick select on that, so you can go between the hammer drill, the drilling mode where there's no clutch, and the driving mode where the clutch is active. So some cool features, but I mean, really the reason I got it is because it's got a metal chuck on it as opposed to the lighter duty plastic chucks that usually come on the drills in any big kit. Of course, for 20 or 30 bucks, you can add a nice Jacobs metal chuck to the front of a cordless drill. And I actually did that on my DeWalt drill, so I'll pop that down in the description box if you want to check out that topic. It's pretty easy to do. The only thing I noticed is that sometimes when you change up a part of a tool like that, it alters the ergonomics slightly. It may throw weight to the front of the tool a little bit. It's something I was able to get used to, but a couple things were in the back of my mind as well. I wanted this hammer drilling function that this particular model had, and this one was a lot more affordable than DeWalt's XR hammer drill, so that kind of steered me in the direction of Bosch. And then once you have that Bosch battery, you can consider, hey, what other tools in their line are of interest? At the time I picked this one up, the kit with drill driver, 2 ampere-hour battery, and charger was actually less than the tool only on the DeWalt side, so it was kind of an easy decision to make, and I did have a couple other tools that I was interested on the blue line. And one of those was this sander. It's actually a square or rectangular sander, depending on what attachment you have on there. It'll run 1/3 sheet, 1/4 sheet, or kind of a mouse-shaped detailed sander just by swapping out these pads. And it actually comes, even if you get the tool only, it comes with all those accessories. So variable speed, and it's a little bit different than the sander I would normally use. I typically would use a 5-inch 8-hole random orbit sander like everyone else that does woodworking. But this one is great, having those square edges for getting into inside corners, and plus with the detail attachment, this was a great add-on. That included dust bag, works pretty good for quick jobs or if I'm working outside. But sometimes I want to hook up a shop vac or a dust extractor, and I did happen to notice that this Rockler small port kit that I already had works just fine. It's a 1-inch outlet there, and so that's nice to know that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and you can get some good dust collection. The other tool I needed right away was this 16-gauge crown stapler, and again, I'm running all these tools off of just one 2 ampere-hour battery, so if I get tools that I use more frequently, like the drill driver, I may have to add a second battery, but really with 2 batteries, I think you can go all day with a variety of tools, but surprisingly, I'm getting by just fine with just the 1 battery. I can have a hard time with these Bosch model numbers, but this one is a GTH18V-50M. It's a 7/16 crown stapler, and this one fires 16-gauge fasteners, so it's actually good for some construction work, putting together pallets, hanging hog wire fence, things like that. Just slide the power switch to the side to turn it on and depress the safety. It'll kind of wind up. Yeah, really like the action on that. So the big deal there for me is I can go out in the backyard and work on my fencing without having to drag around a pancake compressor, compressor hose, and an electrical hose. It is a little bit heavier in the hand than my other crown stapler, but to me, that's worth the benefit. And even with the battery, that one comes in at 8 pounds, 5 ounces, so not too bad. Now, just a word of warning, this particular tool is quite a bit more expensive than the other two we looked at today, but If you've selected this as the one you need for your work and you've got to have the 16 gauge staples, this just may be the tool that makes you jump onto that 18-volt line. So I guess my original way of thinking has changed somewhat. Originally I thought you jump on one battery system and you pick tools in that line across the board, and that's still a valid approach because after all the batteries are interchangeable. But in an ideal world, what I'd rather see is, yeah, you get a kit to fill out some of the basics, but from there you pick exactly the tool you need regardless of the battery system. So that's my new approach moving forward. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like today's topic, hit it with a quick thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Nice.